Welcome everyone to the Bazaar. We're going to take a first look at the new hero in the Bazaar named Karnock. It is a hero with a transformation mechanic, and I looked into what the mechanic itself does, and we'll discuss what that is in the game. But let's just hop in and see how he plays. I went ahead and purchased him a few minutes ago, added him, and here he is. All right, standard first day. So his unique ability is that he starts off with a very specific already maxed level skill called Karnock's Rage. When you use a small item, gain 4 rage. When you use a medium item, gain 8 rage. When you use a large item, gain 12 rage. Well, what is rage? Take a look at the lower left corner. Rage. Reach 100 rage to become enraged, removing slow and freeze from your items. When enraged, your item cooldowns are reduced by 10%. So, rage is like a threshold effect. So, I imagine the opponent's goal, if they run into your ghost, is to take out your opponent before they hit rage, or before they hit rage multiple times, because rage has multiple bursts of damage, bursts of abilities, burst of now everything is way more dangerous to you. So, yeah, I think that's the way you play it. And so, for every slot, no matter what the size, the amount of rage you can get is basically how wide your board is. So at this point you have 4 slots, so you can have 4 fours worth of triggers. So for a large item, 12 of them from that, and then 4 from a small item. So and as your board gets wider and wider, the more rage you can have, and the faster your items are, the more they can trigger. Let's hop in. Let's see what Valpak has for us.
Gigamart's owner is the ultimate businessman.
And I've not looked at any of the items yet, so these are all be new to me. And if they're new to you, Hunting Hawk. A 4-second deal 20 damage that hastes a non-flying item 2 seconds. When one of your items gains haste, it starts flying. Your flying items have 20% crit chance. This does a lot of different things. So it one by one starts hasting everything, starts everything on your board flying, and when it gets that trigger, it starts flying while it's hasted, and then you get 20% bonus. So I like that. A shotgun, 3 seconds, very fast. Deals 25 damage, and when you reload this, it gains a multicast for the fight. So every time you use a reload, so say if you have a skill or have an item that reloads it, it's multi. So the first reload means it's ×2, and then ×3, and then ×4. So this really rewards reloading this even before it runs out of ammo, so you can continuously get those benefits right away. Pretty good. And then pocket knife, deal 5, 4 seconds. These are pretty fast items as a first spread to see. Deal 5 damage. Your leftmost weapon gains 10 crit chance for the fight. So far we've seen a lot of crit and then the reloads out of them. So I think I'm going to take the Hunting Hawk.
The more you buy, the more you sell.
And
It's just math.
crit on the Hawk doesn't sound all that exciting, but let's just take those 2 items. I'm not keen on at 4 early, so let's keep going. We can get a Cinder, we can get a Lost Crate. Normally I would go for the Lost Crate. You know, let's see what it pulls out, because it could be anything. So let's see what the Lost Crate gives us for a medium item. Oh, that's interesting. Let's... Wild Boar. 9 seconds, so a slower item. Deal damage equal to your shield. So we have many items that deal damage equal to your shield, and at this speed as well. When you enrage, your shield items gain 25 shield for the fight. So the trigger for enrage, everything gets 25. So this really pays off multiple enrages, because otherwise a one-time shield buff, not all that impressive, especially at every 9 seconds if you have this alone. So it's 25 damage, and then when you enrage, it's 50 damage. But as they deal damage to your shield over the time, so alone this doesn't do. It's not really impressive, but we have it. I think it's definitely good enough for the first fights. So let's see how it goes against Kyber Drone. All right, made that fly, it hasted it, and then it crit immediately. So in that situation, that's nice. But let's take, there was a little indicator down there. I just missed it. It said I got 8 out of 100 for 2 triggers. So one trigger counted. Oh, I guess I missed the count there, but yeah, that worked pretty well. And we have a stinger. We have friends, so let's go ahead and cash in and get a skill. 5 more crit chance. I think we already have enough crit to start. Let's increase our shield ability. And this, we can get another skill here, or we can get a bronze here item that's enchanted. Let's try that. We do have a couple small items to fill out our board. So this is a toxic wild root amulet. So shield 10, slow 1 for 2. Poison equal to this to 10% of this item's shield. When you enrage, this slows an additional item for the fight. All right, so this is a permanent buff once you've gone, and it does increase shield, and that works with our wild boar. Restore to bear claws, so deals 20 damage and gives you 10 rage on its own. So every trigger of this as a small item gives you 14 instead of just 4. And then heal equal to this item's damage. All right, so we don't have any damage increasing things. So, and then a fiery water skin. So all this does is charge the item to the left every 4 seconds for 1 second. When you use the item to the left, heal 15. When you use the item to the left of this, burn equals to 10% of this item's heal. So this is a complementary item, something that is triggering a lot. So every 4 it charges, so like basically would charge this boar quickly. And then, but at this point, we don't have really the engine to make that work. And I don't know if we will get the ability to use this very well soon. Let's go for our early synergy of the amulet and the boar. And early poison is nice anyway. So we have 2 weapons, and then we have this pocket knife that gives the leftmost weapon 10% crit chance. So I think this critting is rather nice, so let's do that. Let's see if we can level up any of these early. Oh, wait, let's not. Let's see. So a Trinet, deal 3, kind of low. Slow 1 item, multicast 3. So deal 3 times, slow 3 times for 1 second. And when you slow, this gains 3 damage. So this is a self-improving damage. So it hits for probably 6, 9, and then 12. And because it's triple at a medium size, it'll give us 24 on 1 full cast. That is pretty nice. Then the wrist crossbow deals 15 damage every 3, which is fast again, and it gains 20% crit. All right. Double bladed knife deals 5, and it has a 100% crit chance. And it's only when it's not enraged. So early, it's always doing 10. I think. I'm not sure what slow synergies there are, but this does synergize with the Trinet. So I do want to try that. Let's re-roll. Then we can level something up still. All right, so we can level up pocket knife to get more damage and more crit. We have a battle axe on a discount. Deal 75. When you're enraged, this gains 75. When you are enraged, this goes from an 8 cooldown to a 4 cooldown. That is nice. And then lastly, spiked wraps. Deal 20 damage. When you enrage, this item's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds for the fight. So early in games, I don't see us getting enraged. So let's focus on winning early, and then in the future runs, maybe we can optimize towards that. Let's level up our weapon here. The battle axe is interesting though. And so is this Trinet with the amulet. Because this will give this a boost twice before it goes off. So it'll be 9 to start and then deal a lot of damage. There's a consideration for this. There's a consideration for this. The question is, how much do we value that shield eventually? I think the scaling damage is more important. And the slow. Let's see this through. And we first face You go
I
111.
must warn you, I am more than I appear.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
Be regular startup for them. Our poison will be offset by their regen quickly. Are we going to get enough damage on the right to power through? One more. Oh, I did enrage. Nice. So we definitely win this pretty easily.
Bet you don't even tip.
So we enraged pretty quickly there. And I definitely made a positioning error. This should not have been the leftmost weapon. I should have been giving this the crit and had this on the left. So let's see how fast we got that enraged though. But this definitely pumps it really quickly. 24, 28, 32, and then dop, bop, bop. 72. And then we enrage. And with that buff from enrage, our cooldowns got shorter. We lost all of our slow and freeze. Yeah, that cooldown buff really made a difference there. So let me actually fix the positioning now. Alright, so you should be there. I think the other positioning doesn't matter yet. The Cell's Friends, Haste, and Max Health. Let's try for an update on the Hawk. We got it. So 20 to 40, 2 seconds to 3 seconds, and then 30% chance. I like that buff. A new one, Dryad, heal 30. When you use another item, charge this 1 second. When you enrage, increase this item's charge by 1 second for the fight. So it charges for 2 whenever you charge another item. Okay, so this is a heal base. So this gets faster and gives you more shield. Do I like that buff or do I want the heal ability? We're starting out on a slow synergy, and slow makes the boar better. I think that works. That might be our fill out for when we level up. All right, we're kind of poor, so I don't want to spend any more money. We can get 40 health here, or we can get some improvements. Let's just take a little bit of health. Do we power through the eccentric earth aetherites shields? 40 every 4. I think we do. We don't heal very well, but I think we power through.
The sparks! They're everywhere!
Especially if the left item crits a lot. 60% crit already. And then the poison is taking them out behind the shield. That worked pretty well. I don't think this wins against a person per se. But yeah, definitely this. And we got the rigged. Very nice. We have a speed buff. Armory might give us a buff to Wild Boar, or not the amulet, because I don't think it naturally. Oh, it could be the amulet. It naturally has shield. So let's see, or we can go for a kill, or invest in yourself. I don't think it's worth chasing a silver Wild Boar because I don't think we'd have one that early. Let's go for another skill. When you are enraged, your burn items have +5 burn. First time fall below 50% health. Each fight, reload 2 items and charge 2 ammo items 1 second. There are ammo items on this character. I don't know how much burn we have, but it's one of these skills. So let's presume we're gonna use an ammo item. 4 for each tool, 2 for each tool, so 4. 2 for each weapon, so 10. I think that's a decent amount of money. Let's get that. Valpack, let's see what deals we can find.
Can I help you find everything?
Alright, security blanket. When this is slowed, frozen, or destroyed, gain 10 rage. Alright, so when it's interacted with, that's nice. When you gain rage, charge this 1 second. When you stop being enraged, increases items charge and cooldown by 1 second for the fight. So it charges more, but becomes harder to trigger. Okay. I think... if the boar comes down, we have the security blanket and the honey badger. I'm not sure about this. More shield items is better for the build of depending on the boar. But this is much slower than either of these to replace it. I'm not so sure about that. It's only cost one, so I'm gonna get this for now.
You
I'm
came
gonna
all the way
re-roll
here.
because I have some
Might
money
as well
now.
stock up.
Bagpipes. Heal 30, gain 10 rage. When you enrage, reduces items cool about down by half for the fight. So 30 every 2.5 is not bad. Up to the left of this has 20 damage. While you enrage, this has double damage bonus. That's nice early on this. I'm considering that immediately. Haste your largest item, slow your enemy's largest item. All right. I think I want this early.
If you buy
Yeah,
one more,
let's.
I might get promoted. No pressure though.
Because critting is basically just more damage, and this is directly more damage. And it starts off earlier. Let's try that. I don't know about bagpipes and rope yet, so let's keep it moving and see how this rolls. We got our positioning back correct. Now it doesn't matter as much. Let's see. In the first mirror match.
Run. Some hunters lay traps. I like to face my prey.
So they have the poison skill. They have, well, they should have more health than they have, but they have a health buff. They're definitely getting rage faster than us so far. Alright, so. Oh! The bird. Wait, who crit there? I was almost out of there. Alright, so got the 44 shield. Back down. The bird has 30 crit because it's flying. So both of these crit? That's lucky. I was done otherwise. That's why you run crit though. So I should have looked at how much damage they did overall. Oh, let's take a look at our medium. We have 3 mediums, so let's see if we can improve that spread.
What can I get you?
Bring new things. All right. So Tranquil Swiggle. When you heal, gain 8 rage. When you enrage, heal equal to 15% of your max health. So healing synergy. All right. Wrist blade. 8 seconds. Deal 30. When you crit, gain 20 rage. When you gain rage, this gets 5 crit chance. Kind of a in-between card for builds. Cauldrons. Shield equal to double the rage you have gained this fight. When you are enraged, your shield items have double shield. This is directly to go with the wild boar. And I think we need that if we want to continue on that path. So let's do that.
Is free.
We're seeing
Exercise.
silver level things. Let's see if we can find a hawk or a boar here. We did not. We see the items we've seen before. Honey badger, battle axe, and the bagpipes. Not interested. All right, so it sells medium and large, health, and then a small weapon. Let's go for medium and large once again. See if we can get lucky here. Badger and shotgun. Shotgun is interesting with panic because once you hit 50%, this every 3 will do double. The damage isn't very high though. Saw spike. Deal double damage. Deal damage equal to double the rage you have gained this fight. This deals double crit damage. So that's a lot of damage. So we don't want to get over committed to our slow. We aren't overly enthused about our speed, but we are. I'm not really sure if we want to dig into rage based white yet. I think we want to keep the space for the pauldron. But if we were to do that, say we ditch the slow synergy. And we put some weapon here. We say that we'll get the crit, but slower. Then this triggers, and haste. And each of these firing off would be nice. Let's keep that there. And I'm gonna keep my money
Is it because I talk
and see how
too
this fight
slow?
goes. I have bad luck against giant mosquito. I'm not gonna try that. Let's try the Frost Street Challenger. All right. We're shielding. So 48, 101. Seems like an overall slower build, but yeah, our shields held very well, so that was easy work.
You enjoyed that, didn't you, creature?
All right. So small items. Not convinced on those, but more small items that are hopefully faster would be nice. Well, let's look for that.
I would never debase my wares by.
All right, Ancient Locket. When you become enraged, destroy this and you take no damage for 2 seconds. That's a long time. Adjacent heal and shield items have 20% crit chance. When you're enraged, double this. All right, deal 10 damage. Haste a friend 1 second. When you defeat a monster with this, get a pelt. Hunting knife. So if you have 1 or 2 friends, this can be useful. 1 friend is better. Right? I don't think we're ready to give up on the hawk quite yet, because it hastes everything at least once. So let's not look at that and look at something else. All right, spiked wraps. 30 damage when you enrage. This item's cooldown is reduced by 2, so more faster damage. 1 poison, enrage gets buffed by 5. Heal 30, slow an item for 2 seconds. So more slow synergy here with heals. I think when we level up here right away, we go back to shield synergy and add these 2 back in and not worry about any of these.
The Bazaar is a good teacher.
So let's put this back in play. Let's put this back in play. They're all getting buffed by our toughness skill. So it slows and gets more slows. And then when it is slowed, you get rage. And then it gets a buff from this enraging. So let's upgrade. More slow, faster, more base damage. So basically, this would add 20 now and then add 20 more when enraged. This is our consistent item, so let's upgrade this buffer here. All right, so well, we have a bunch of weapons, so let's see if we can
I'm finished with
hit
fighting,
on these.
but I can help
Wrist
you
blade
finish
again.
a fight.
Hunter's axe. Using an adjacent tool or friend to gain 4 rage. So if I have faster friends, I would be interested. We have 1 tool. Hunter's axe. Double-bladed knife. The crit one. Not interested. Let's see if we can find something better. Slow synergy item. Doubles the benefit. That's nice. Heavy crossbow. When this is hasted or slowed, it gains 60 damage for the fight. So this synergizes well with the hawk. So crossbow and hawk. I am not sure what direction we're gonna go, so I'm gonna take this and
Go make
take a
some more
flyer
sense,
on that.
then come back and tell me.
Let's see if this survives what is probably
Find your
an onslaught of
My
weapons.
fight isn't with you, but it
This is a lot of weapons, like I thought. Right. They're all piddly in terms of damage. Alright, so shielding up. Shielding up, alright. Almost enraged.
Bring her about.
I've got
Yeah.
another salvo.
This is working well. This continuously providing haste at least 1 time, and then everything getting haste. Yeah. Not sure what else is to come, but these items so far are working very well. I am not interested in the hand axe. I still might be interested in the stinger. Actually, stinger and trinet and the amulet kind of all go together. So the amulet's kind of only here because of this shield. So we'll see if we can find something better for that. I like the prospect of leveling faster, so let's get some more XP. And even faster if we can get some more XP here. 5 loot items and 1 XP. We have room for it. That's a bunch. All right, so shields, poison, right? Poison, wings. Let's make the hawk trigger faster. Shield buff. Let's. What are we most likely to keep around? The pauldrons. Let's make the earlier shield better. And then we have an ammo item. Let's go ahead and snag that and buff that. Not bad. If we get another way to reload things, this might come into play, but not quite yet. I'm not sure we can outlast. I'm not sure this lasts long enough to justify it in longer fights. With the blood reef raider.
Speaks. Tells me to hurt you.
Alright, we got our hasting. We got a lot of shields so far. There, they went immune. Another thing flying. All right, and now they're dead.
Now I'll never captain a ship.
So we go through how many cycles? 1 cycle of the boar, 4 cycles of the hawk, and we don't enrage. We don't enrage all that fast.
This
Right?
world has
Cannonball is
strange
nice for this.
ways, and I'm learning all of them.
Level up. When you crit, your items gain 5 shield. That's exactly on brand. When an enemy falls below half charge items. I think the critting and shielding is on brand.
I think you had a breakthrough.
Tools. Just that. Let's just buff our shield output.
Is life. Feel that? Yeah, that's the ultra
All
protein.
right. Let's see if we can get any upgrades for these two.
Taking the first step
Oh, new
toward
items.
good taste.
Hey, damage buffs. Finally. Your weapons gain 10 damage for the fight. When you enrage, it reduces items cooldown by 1 second for the fight. So this and this are competing for me, but I think the crit on here is very nice. Oh, a freeze item. When you enrage, this freeze is an additional item, so freeze and heal. Resistance bands. Gain 10 max health for the fight. When you gain rage, it charges 1 second. So this is heal synergy again. Not interested. 3 new items again. Meat. Heal 50. When this runs out of ammo, the heal item to the right gains 1 multicast. So I guess there's like a heal survivalist angle. Heal 10 on a silver stake. This has triple damage against monsters. When you defeat a monster with this permanent gains 20 damage. So getting this early is nice as you run through monsters. It can kind of sustain itself without needing to be replaced. Deal 10 damage. If this is your only item with a cooldown, gain 50 rage. 50? And this is your only item with a cooldown. Is there a way to have that with this character? I mean, if you're all equipment and your only weapon is the machete, you're raging every 8 seconds. And I presume all that equipment buffs. Maybe we'll see that stuff. I'm interested.
I think that suits.
Well, let's see if this survives here, though.
Whatever you want from me, it's not what you'll get.
Let's get that positioning fixed. All right, so this is a burn and shield. So their burn is very low, and we just bop them. And our shield is going to be higher than what they can get through. And the poison took care of them. That was easy. Let me make a button for that. All right. 4 for 4. Let's see. Money. I think we have good money. We don't know what we want to see out of the docks. Let's look for small
You
items.
have to ask the price. You can't afford it.
Silver stake again. Lichen. You need twice as much rage to enrage. I am not sold. When you stop being enraged, heal 500 and remove half your poison and burn. It takes longer to get there, but once you've gone through it and you stop, you heal a good chunk. I don't know what this levels to, but when buffed, this can be a good... If you're getting enraged, if you're already great at enraging, this doubling of enrage is not that bad, but that's not where we're going. And bear claws. We're looking for more shielding synergy. Firefly lantern. Burn 4, multicast 3. When you stop being enraged, use this. Okay, so burns energy. Tool and friend synergy. Use another tool or non-weapon item. Charge this 2 seconds. When you're enraged, double this charge. Charge 4 on tool and non-weapons. So these are different builds than what we're on right now.
You want something big and ugly? Go see Pole.
I don't think we need to rely on the economy of the lost crate here. Let's look at JJ.
First, profit 10.
Gain 30 rage. When you crit, reload this. So just rage. Once again, if you're on that rage train, this is great, but we're not. Yeah, so these synergize very well. I think we're going to look for the shielding items. All right. Battle Axe deals 150 in rage, gains 150, and then it goes faster. Yep. Haste your adjacent friends for 2 seconds. This is interesting. This slows and poisons, but this makes these go way faster. But we lose a shield item. When you use a tool, gain 10 rage. When an adjacent item is slowed, shield 10. When an adjacent item crits, haste it 1 second and reload another item. That is a lot of different things. So an adjacent item getting slowed? How dependable is that? It's not. I don't have self-shielding synergies. If anything, I'll keep a beast call on hand. I might try that. Let's actually try that now to see how it works. Let's replace. Let's replace. Because this poison is going to be good. I'm going to use it. Go against the Trash Town Mayor. I think the poison is good against them. Let's see if we can replace this between these two friends. Let's see if running that loop is efficient or not.
That, Mr. Markington? They don't have a fight permit!
They do not have a fight permit. I mean, I do not. What you gonna do about it? Shield, shield, shield. Shield, shield, hit, and crit. Yeah, these being faster, like this getting hasted for 2 is basically all of its. Yeah, that's not bad. I went off 4 times. Oh, and we got augmented weaponry. So when you sell a small item, this gains our items are getting bonus damage. Okay. All right, you can get a rage item, loot, or silver tier. I'm looking for a silver tier. Spear, 20 damage with a 60% crit chance. Has 30% crit chance for each friend you have. So that's based on these two. When you crit with this, haste your other items for 2 seconds. So crit makes everything haste. I see the flavor. Let's ditch the slow angle and take that spear on. We're not on the spear yet, but
I would spar with you, but this leg.
at this point, I like this to be a decision point. If I'm upgrading this, I'm guaranteeing that I'm going to be using it. If I am not, then I should sell it. Bat, deal 5, slow 1. This starts flying every 3. That's pretty fast. Then a silver stake. Am I going to do this? Spear with the 2 friends. I don't have any other friends. The crit was coming from the pocket knife. Otherwise, just the flying was giving things 30% crit. This is when you crit with this. So you would need to crit, like this would need to be here. This would need to be here. And this would be hasted. This would haste things. This would haste everything. Now a multicast here relatively quickly. We lose our shield synergy, but also dropping this drops this crit. So it's kind of a hodgepodge. I think we stick. I think we have a good opportunity to really focus in later on. So we are still open to both of these avenues. We can wait to see if anything else lines up. I don't think we get the crossbow though. So if we're still hoping to maybe see it, let's go ahead and buy it.
And when you carry my weapon,
That might be the
fight
goal.
alongside
So,
you.
oh, new things. Assault sigil. When you use a weapon, gain 5 rage. When you enrage, deal 10% of your max health as damage. Interesting. Trapping pit. The first time an enemy uses an item of the same or lower tier as this, destroy that item and deal 200 damage. So tier, so silver. The enemy would have to be using bronze or silver items. They're typically using silver in this level. And we deal 200, but then nothing else happens with this. But it is another non-cooldown item. So a machete build loves the trapping pit. I don't know what I'm doing.
Enjoy the
I'm gonna take that because maybe I run into a non cooldown build. Let's take a look at our medium and large. We really haven't been running into anything that levels these up. When you slow, charge this 1 second. When this is slowed, it gains. When this is slowed, see, slowing, presuming that we are going to get slowed. I don't know if we have that. Burn equals to the rage you've gained this fight, so burn synergy. I'm not going to use all our money on this. Let's just continue and hope this is good enough.
Forests untaken would eat you alive.
You should know.
How much have we improved? Not at all. We have not improved other than getting the damage skill. And we barely triggered it. But our shield is not holding up. But now we're in rage. We should be going a little faster.
Defeat does
And the
not
shield
defeat me.
popped up with that crit. That's nice to see. Yeah, so enraging really got us there. All right, still on a good roll. Apparel. We have 3 apparel items. Let's take a look.
I have clothes for every.
None of those are what I expect to see. So dive weights is a direct synergy with crossbow and the cannonball. I'm gonna ditch the only cooldown thing. That's kind of a cheeky, fun idea. This is off hero, so I'm gonna grab it. But I'm not gonna re-roll at 6. Let's grab this because we want to sell it anyways. We can get some damage buffs out of it.
Work it.
All right. But yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else there. Non-weapon items. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Or we can get some regen or mountain pass. I'm not interested in spending any money, so let's look at the mountain pass. And they gave us the money. Next time we will look at the money. All right. Now we can go for the easy win. But I don't think Sandwich Artist beats us. I mean, they get regen, but they don't do damage all that quickly. That means our shields should hold up. Yep. Yep. And we get some regen.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Rerolls are cheaper. Crit, you gain damage. I mean, this is a simple synergy. Let's keep going. We are trying to crit.
But I'll keep you as long as
Sells crit items. That's specifically this kind of item and this kind of, actually we only have one. That is this kind of item. I don't like chasing singular items. Let's upgrade.
I'll help you master your skills if
All right.
you're willing to do the work.
We get this, we should focus more on buying and selling small items, and I think that's a good idea. And gumballs goes right into that. So let's ditch the pocket knife. And let's ditch this because we're not really friend heavy. And hasting would still be a good angle because we have the rigged too. But for now, that gives us full room for this. Bop, 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 bop. Just all the damage buffs. All right. Sideways M, so it's machine. Let's play. And now this time we've actually improved somewhat between daily battles.
But for you, I'll make an exception.
Oh, this is interesting. This is more of the healing route. The damage isn't all that fast. But they are enraging faster than us. It's just that was not keeping up. I'm going to play it again so I can kind of parse what they were doing. So tech, friend, apparel, tool, weapon. So they're kind of playing into that. Flying weapons. Waystones. They've done part of the quests. Hasting on multicast. Deal 50, heal 50, crit chance 25. A shiny fang. That's nice. That's a nice find for them. Shield 33. When you heal, this gains 10 shield. When you enrage, heal because this item shield. I think it's a longer term. That's nice, but I don't know if all this works all that well. It really depends on enraging quickly, and this doesn't seem fast enough. All right, new day, day 7. If we get this, guaranteed a good day. Let's see what you can buy.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
It's a butt. All right, so stretch pants. Heal 10, shield 10, multicast 2. When you enrage, this gains 1 multicast. I mean, theoretically, 2 every 5 is better than 1 every 4. And 1 every 7. And because it will be replacing 2 smalls, it's not different on enrage, so it's better on enrage too. Do we miss the heal or the poison is the question? I don't think we do. I think we need some pants.
If that doesn't work out for you, come
Let's
back for a refund.
re-roll. And then we can upgrade for the blanket. Weapons enrage. That's interesting. And then the first time any item is used, each fight, gain 30 rage. When you enrage, gain shield equal to 10% of your max health. So, looks like a direct synergy item with the boar. So, and it jumps you rage immediately. I don't know that it will replace anything, no. Like, it wouldn't replace... Like, maybe the hawk? If we were really into the shielding? Because if the hawk goes away and you have the boar mask, these are but then you have to get rid of the beast call unless you just want to haste the boar. And these only get buffed from this when this is going. I think we need the extra haste from the birds still. Unless we were to go to the hasting route with this setup. And I don't think we are. So I think this is fine. And our combat will tell if this is a good setup. You have 9 money. I don't like that. Let's get something for free. Tinderbox. 10 seconds. Slow. Burn 5. When you use another tool or non-weapon item, charge this 2. When you are enraged, charge it 4. Interesting. So for the burn package. But for now, I'm just going to sell that for the damage buff along with this. And I don't think we have much transform ability, so let's toss that too. Just give us some extra damage. I don't know if we move fast enough to beat the thug in terms of getting shield. The thug is pretty slow. We are slightly ahead on XP. Is that worth the risk? Are we that strong? The shield equals to the rage. Double the rage. When you are enraged, they have double shield. I don't know if I can risk the thug. Let's go with the turtle. Turtle just tries to survive, and we will eventually get enough shield to just kill them. So let's run with that. And they don't poison fast enough to be concerning. Alright, we're enraged, or double shield. Our pants are multied. And out. Yeah.
Client overpaid for that one.
Take the easier battle when you need it. Shield skills or gold skills. Let's go shield skills. Shield items have 10% crit chance. Base. I like it. That's the game we're playing. So more damage. We can look for any of these in Kina. Let's try.
Come with no
We might
weapons,
fall behind if we can't find
leave with
upgrades for
big
these.
bargains.
Trap bind. When an enemy uses an item, slow it for 1 second. When you slow, poison 5. Okay, poison. A freeze. Wisp. Leather jacket. You take 30% less damage. When you enrage, destroy this. So you break through. I see. Yeah. 30% is a lot. But no. Aurora Vista. Heal 10 every 6. Your heal items have heal equal to this item's crit chance. When you heal, shield equal to the amount healed. Oh, that's a nice heal synergy for shielding. If we... We don't really have a way other than the bird. And I don't think we pump heal fast enough even with that. So, no. When you haste, gain 5 rage. When you enrage, 2 items start flying. Your flying items cooldowns are reduced by 10%. So this goes along with the hawk. Now we're seeing cross archetypes. By the time we enrage, everything is flying already, I believe. When you haste, it even enrages you faster. And then the cooldowns are reduced even further. I don't think that's better than the shielding. Worst case, it would replace these two. I don't think that's worth it right now.
You're not ready to accept the light. And
Mountain
that's
Pass and then haste slower cooldown. So I can find upgrades for these two in here. I've really been hunting for these upgrades. Maybe we'll find it this time. We're just rolling the dice. We did not find it in the first run. Bagpipes, utility belt, war reward, 5-second poison to slow adjacent items. So here's the slow yourself synergy that we haven't seen yet. When your opponent uses an item, charge this 1 second. So it poisons them, but slows your stuff. But we have things that can synergize with slow. As a character, not what we've been playing. So, no thanks. Silver Trinet. A flying squirrel. Haste item to the right for 2, and it starts flying. That's nice friend synergy. And then the hunting knife. So, another haste. Haste a friend. I don't think we have found anything that replaces the 40 to 80 damage this gives us per hawk hit. But we're still on the hunt. All right, let's see Mac. So this is questionable because the poison might just eat us alive if they're playing poison. The burn too. There goes the burn. All right. Do we get enough shield to not get burnt out here? It seems no. Let's start at the... Oh, wow. Bottle Tornado is bold. But I suppose if shield takes a long time to get online, the bottle and the burn really wins you. That's not bad. All right, get a property. Oh, we don't have that many properties that we're looking for. So let's look for some non-weapons.
your destruments.
Just rage gain. Tinderbox again. Warding glyphs. Adjacent heal and shield items have 40% crit chance. When you enrage, it becomes 80. Gold wild root amulet. Steal 30 every 4 and slow 1 item. And then it multicasts. Forest Club. You have 40% max health. An additional 40% max health. And then you take half damage while enraged. That is interesting. And then a Signal Fire. 7 seconds, burn 15. When you use an adjacent item, charge does 2 seconds. When you burn, haste a friend for 3 seconds. So, okay. Interesting, not what we are. But what we are is falling behind. Like, we're not finding any upgrades for these to keep them on par. And we're starting to need to pick a lane away from the Hawk and the friends. Because reasonably, we could even be doing this to get our hasting from the dive weights and this getting buffed by the haste that come through. We have our haste coming from here too. This might just be enough haste to get us through. So let's try that out.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
Not sure about stealth. So let's look at our gumballs, get some damage on our weapons. All right, let's see how much damage we get on this from the haste. How many times it hits. We get 7 spins on the dive weights. We get no speed boost because we don't have other aquatic items. But all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I hit a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Completely dodged. All right, cool. We win, but this did not get hit a lot.
Sometimes I hate what I do to them. Sometimes
Okay.
when the hunt goes this well,
All right. For gold tier item. Crit, gain rage. You gain rage, you get 15% crit chance. All right. That's not quite us. Okay, we got a Sterling at least, so we can actually force an upgrade.
Oh, it was a love too big for the silver screen.
So, what's more important? Faster fielding double rage, faster double this. So these become similar speed. This is double. More ammo on these. This haste for longer. I think hasting for longer is better here.
How do I do it? Just call it groovy magic.
Monster skills.
Animals have skills they've been honing.
Small diamond tiers, no. Non-tool items have 5 crit chance for each tool. We have the 1 tool. I don't have any burn items. This is a heavy reroll, but let's try it. Large items burn for 10. Hard shell, and then get a rage item every day. I think I like hard shell as it's a decent chunk of a shield that can buff this. So we just need a little bit of money. Hard shell might carry us.
Before the strike.
I've been
That might be the strong carry.
Your scent is strong. There is a power in me I can't control. Be careful.
Yeah, our crit chance is lower without the hawk. So, alright. Damage is coming through. We got there.
They're tougher than they looked, okay?
Well, they're buffing the Badger that goes slower but better. A Beast Tooth, when you use an adjacent weapon, you gain 4 rage. They gain 60. So this is based all around basically this item. And it's decent, but it looks like it was a hair too slow. Move our heal and regen items. We have a heal item. Let's do it.
My tones evolved.
I'm a fan of just going straight up enchant.
To resist one's nature.
Less abandoned ship on these. Not enough money. So we're gonna have to upgrade it instead.
As a child in the woods, I hunted with sharp sticks.
Let's gain 2 XP. So, we want something not to be able to be slowed down, or do we want to use it something to slow? Let's actually put slow on the dive weights, so we can slow down their interaction with us. Yurda is a little scary with how fast it starts going off, so let's not do that. Duelist can give you lifelink on your weapons as an option for the
You must
skill.
think very highly of yourself, Shadow.
Big ego. Strength is also alright too. Alright. Shielding up, hasting up.
You should teach at the academy.
Rather nice. Did we get the skill? We got the smaller one, which is, it's okay. That's not bad. Gumballs, let's get some damage in. I saw the medium sales lady, but I like the multi-purpose gumballs there. And we're broke, so we couldn't buy anything from her anyways. Let's get some regen, because we're still broke. Let's see how this goes.
Please. I don't want to do this.
Oh, I'd rather feed you than fight you.
A large lollipop. Oh no, that looks dangerous. That's a lot of burn to start. Holy crap.
Now that you've had some pain,
Wow, that's
how
a...
about some pain au chocolat?
Will this appear more often? Holy crap. And they ambush for 30%? Oh, I was smoked. Hit you quick. Sandstorm happens quick. Huge burn with a basically guaranteed crit. Ooh, that's strong. Force crit all around, and then the skills. Your large item burns 40. Oh no. Yeah, that's a pretty good build out there. We're getting into the area where day 9 and 10 the people that had the good runs, they're running. Hidden Lake. Oh, that's a new one. You're enraged for 1 second shorter. Get a rage item. No. Get a random skill and a non-rage item. You are enraged for 1 second longer. Get a rage item. Let's embrace the beast. Because that means our shield happens for longer. Alright. Now we're still a little broke. Let's go for the free route. Oh, proboscis.
Closer to the answers. Sketching a map in my
Alright,
mind.
let's see the unique Karnock skills.
You're not on Tygan anymore, big man. The Bazaar.
When you enrage,
is a
enchant
damn
2
beast.
non-enchanted items for the fight. When you stop being enraged, heal 30%. When you enrage, burn. I think we don't have any, but we only have one enchantment. The heal bounce back afterwards is interesting. Between these two, I think we enrage faster than I think. Let's go for hallucinations.
What works in the desert won't work in the forest.
Let's see
Same goes
gibbous.
for planets.
I'm not typically afraid of gibbous. Let's see. That was a fast crit. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get enraged, folks. All right.
We watched your city rise. We knew you would trouble us one day.
Yeah, that worked out. Large item. We don't have that. First time you fall below half health, each fight haste all items. All items. All right. Everything goes faster. So let's burn items. No, thank you. Jules Cafe. Let's buff our pants. Why not? And we have 12. Toss the proboscis. Toss the sigil. It'd be great to see an upgrade for pauldrons or the boar. Let's take a look.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge.
Neither.
All about moderation.
The healing dryad, the wolf, enrage haste your friends. When you haste a friend, gain 5 damage. No bueno. Can we get a hit? No. Alright. Hunter's boots. Slow addition items, so more self-slow, and charge them. One of your items is slowed against an crit chance. Alright. So higher in rarities, the slow synergies seem to pop out.
Hey, that's okay.
Alright,
It's
so now we just gotta hope here. We really have not seen
What happens next is on you.
a large number of upgrades from things we've tried to keep.
No promises.
Hey, they got the hawk. They got the friends going with some haste. All right.
Tell me.
Oof, they got off quick.
This place.
Their haste ran wild on us. All right. Let's upgrade our or do we want to enchant? No, let's upgrade our items.
38 years.
We're not hunting as much.
Of kills.
That's faster. That's more ammo. That has more multi. This is faster and does more shield. I mean, at least, yeah, faster and does more shield. Look for a gold tier item. Charge and heal.
Father, I might be joining you soon.
So the water skin, discharging this is interesting. But I think it'll be at the cost of 3 ammo, which is less interesting. So let's... Only non-weapon items we're actually going to find are these two. Let's see if we can find them.
Reward the peaceful,
Nope.
punish the
Aurora, trap mine,
warful.
crit gain rage, war paint, utility belt. All right,
I
nothing of
suppose you'll
use.
go buy a weapon instead.
Merchant stall. Heal and regen. That's a little limited. Let's see what's at the festival. Medium. Oh, let's look for our medium items. Why not?
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Deeper frog hollow. Friend usage. Flame sickle. Nope. Geyser. Bandolier. When you use an ammo item, gain 12 rage. When you enrage and stop being enraged, reload your items. Interesting to see earlier. No
See that
fines
now?
though.
That's pole.
Let's not mess with the Rex. Let's try test subject alpha. Oh, that buff did hang around a little too long.
Amazing they pay me for this. They can't deal with such
Alright.
weak beasts.
Oh, start off with some shield. Yes, please. Mysterious portal. Vanessa or Dooley? I have Vanessa items. So let's take a look at that.
I love treasure just as much as the next
Hmm.
Corsair. But
Crow's
sometimes
nest.
you just need coin.
If we go down to one weapon, it would have to be this one, and not have lifelink, and 40% crit. Friends get hasted. Fast crit weapon. I guess this would replace these two. Nah. Friends damage.
I guess
No, thank you.
next time will be even easier.
I have a feeling we're at the end of the road. Let's see.
Something sleeps within me. Don't wake it up. Don't hurt them, creature.
No promises.
Please promise. They have big items. Alright. We're raging. Oh,
Some other way.
we
Friends.
handled them. What? That was quick. I saw the large items. I figured they had something on me. 400 damage, but it's just large and slower, and our shield was faster to build up. Upgrade an item
Or have I even reached it?
every 3. Every 3. Double every 3
Feel the difference?
gets us
That's some nice
way more rage quicker, I believe. Right? We're not so broke. Let's take a look at this shop.
People person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Yarrow paste. Heal 40 in rage, double as the heal. Okay. Anaconda deals double the damage equals to double the rage you have gained this fight. Multicast 2. When you rage, it gains 2 multicast. This is a great single weapon target. If you have a lot of like this is great. In terms of getting. I don't think it's better than these two with the shield synergies. This heals 30% of your max health, and when you enrage, reload it. Okay. And haste an item for 1 second. Charge all that. So the friends seem to be the haste
Okay.
package.
It's nice to see you.
Let's get some free damage. Well, some damage and other buffs. Some crit, some damage, some multi-damage. Right, and this doubles your crit damage if you get that skill. This is for this major skill is where you get a bonus based on other classes items. I have 2. I don't think I need the extra gold or XP. If I get 4, I can level up again. Let's try it. Let's try it.
My body may be gone, and yet
Yeah, charge not from another hero.
eternal.
So I will end up charging this. Alright, we're shielding, we're hitting, we're hitting, we're hitting.
Sold you the
That went pretty smoothly.
I must know.
But anything else is nice. Oh. Multicast for each other item you have from another hero. So this would be a 3 times. Yeah, how much are we getting off of this? 104. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good enough. But very nice. Got us some money. Let's improve our heal item. Let's poison will tear us up. Let's take a look at our skill upgrades.
Ah, yes, I have the truth you seek. Now,
I forgot we even had panic, so we've been using it. Reload 3 items, but that's too many. Charge 3 ammo items. So our current one exactly covers what we need. It doesn't increase the charge amount, so we don't need that. So let's just increase our shield from crit. Let's look at our diamond skills. Burn, no. Heal items plus 40. I like that.
You've learned much today.
We're very low on heal, so why not? All right.
Try to be gentle.
Let's see how we're doing, folks.
Be careful.
Let's see if we can make it to the last day. Crit chance. That's a big sword. Deal 10% of your max health as damage. 45% crit chance. When you crit with this, gain max health equal to this item's damage. Oh, so you get 10% maximally max health. Oh, equal to the damage. Oh, you can gain a lot. Wow. We need our shields to go off to survive. And it looks like we easily survived. We haven't run into a Karnock that has had a substantially better build than ours. It's the other classes that get their good rolls that have beaten us. Interesting. All right, we get into the last day. No matter what, this is the last day. So once again, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you see any items that you think would have fit better into the build, or things that you've seen that maybe we should look out for in the future. Let's go to the last day. We know what our target is, and it is not a friend in rage or Euro pace, and we really don't want any of that either. So it's the last day. I don't think upgrading our items is important. I think giving ourselves some base, extra health. Yeah, extra health to survive until we get enraged. Focus Enforcer. We can get frozen out by them. Let's not try it. Unless the enchantments that we get at enrage are preventing it. But let's see. All right. That went easily. When you are poisoned, your items cooldowns are reduced by 3. When your enemy is poisoned, their items cooldowns are increased by 3. These are in percentages. So if we get poisoned, that's a nice boon. We don't want someone else's items. We don't want a random item. So let's get our gumballs again. I think an underappreciated element so far may have been how much base damage we're getting off of selling these small items. We've already gained 124 on each of these weapons. Why is this marked as a weapon? What? That's a glitch that I didn't notice. Shield equal to double the rage you have gained this fight. I'm thinking that it got obsidian during one of the combats and it just stuck there. Else haste items. We're not really playing our class haste items, so probably not going to be in there. Not burning, but we can find a medium upgrade.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
An adjacent item is slowed, gain 5 rage, and reload it. When you stop being raged, shields 30. In an alternate world, that's nice here for post enrage. Say if you want to shorten the enrage, but not here. This is a max health weapon, and then leather jacket. I don't think we've found by hand anything other than one upgrade, and that was this one. And this one. We kind of forced these with other things.
Whatever species
Last upgrade,
might still be
a loot item. I don't think you want a diamond tier item. And money's not important. This is the last day. So let's see what the loot gives us. Excellent. +4 ammo. I don't think we go 9 times on this anyways. Let's increase the number of hastes we get dramatically. 11. That's an enrage. That's pretty quick. So I'm confident in this, but there are some nice builds at on level 14 for this combat. So let's see.
I've been tracking you across the outlands. Your scent is strong.
We're out to dethrone a king.
There's some burn effects.
Nobody.
Oh, and friends. So this is gonna move quickly once they get started. But we gotta hope that we get started first. They froze our haster. Alright, they're poisoning us at a dramatic rate.
Bravery without strength
That poison
is a
came in
sword.
like a thunderstorm. Holy. Yeah, if this was damage, we're fine. But poison just ate through us. And that's the fault of shield based. When you run into poison based, you're done. You're
A
cooked.
good hunt. We won't starve this
All right. 9 wins on the first run. Not bad, folks. Not bad. An interesting array of skills. Some of them less helpful than others. The overall build, I wouldn't say is that crazy. This is pretty crazy. But if, say, we had gotten an enchantment of healing on the pauldrons or the wild boar, things could have gone differently there. But yeah, I think this is a great outcome. So thanks for joining me on the first Karnock run of the new hero. I'm liking it. I think I really like this character's new avenues. It might be a little overtuned as some new heroes might be, but when we fought other Karnocks, they didn't seem to be doing nearly as much. So I think it's just a better run than theirs. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. We are out.